What's good, Kinganda? It's your boy OSHAY Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of Dear African Americans. And what I try to do on this playlist is give you more information about how to transition from a person in the United States to repatriating here on the continent of Africa. And for today's subject, we're going to talk about how to transition from a full-time employee in the States to becoming an entrepreneur in Africa. And there are some tips that I believe that we need to talk about in order to help you with your journey. So let's get into the video. Now, family, no matter where you want to go to in Africa, the Gambia, Senegal, Ghana, Uganda, Kenya, or Nigeria, if you don't have a job with the NGO or a great corporation that may move you here, the military, you are going to have to create your own financial income to support yourself on the continent of Africa. Africa is not a place that you come and get a job, right? This is a place where you create your own opportunities. Now, many of us, unless you're retired and you already have money or a pension that you're living on, most of us work in corporate America or for a big company or a skill set that we employ for someone else that pays us, right? So you have set hours, weekends off, days off, 401ks and things like that. And we're used to to live in that sort of lifestyle. Now, the thing that happens is people who live in the United States and work and want to come to Africa and try their hand at entrepreneurship, I'll be honest, many times they fail. They don't know how to run a business. They don't know how to organize a business. And even if you do have a business in the United States, usually you're the only employee, right? Most black businesses in the United States don't have employees. 95% of them, they're their own employee, meaning that they're a barber, they're a personal insurance adjuster, they're a mechanic, they're self-employed. But when you come to Africa, that might not be the case, right? So let me kind of talk about the first thing that you're going to have to worry about. And the first thing that you're going to have to worry about is, do you have an eye for talent? All right? Now let me kind of go back and talk about this. Unless you're a YouTuber, social media expert, something like that, you're going to have to find talent. Even me as a YouTuber, I have to find talent, right? If you have a business that you're working in Africa, you need help from the local people to go forward. You're living in a different country, different city, you don't know everybody. You need people to help you go forward. And that means finding talent. Now, when you work by yourself, right? Now, keep in mind, most people work by themselves and sometimes it's very good. When you come to the continent, you're going to have to work with other people. Can you find the talent to help the business expand? Can you find the talent for the people who have certain skill sets? For example, we do a really good job with video editing on Kinganda, right? I'm looking for people who are proficient in Adobe Premiere, Adobe After Effects, Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Audition. All of those things are skills that we need to run the business to make it more efficient, right? We need thumbnails, we need certain types of edits, we need the sound to sound good, right? Sound to be good. So those are skill sets that I look for in employees and how proficient they are at it, right? And so once you know that you can have that, the business that you're running or going can expand. Now, in the States, you might not have to do that, but when you're here on the continent, you have to find the talent. Let's go to the next tip. Here's the biggest tip. Can you train people to do what you do well, to duplicate the output? This is very important. Like I said, many African Americans, if they run a small business in the States, you're the only employee, meaning that the business stops or goes good when you sleep. But even on this channel, the business keeps going whether I'm asleep, whether I'm away. Why? Because we have people who understand the concepts of the business. And one of the things that I was very weak at is I didn't really train very well. I used to get upset when things didn't go right. I would fire people. I couldn't maintain the talent. I was having a big issue with that. But then I realized I need to learn how to talk to people better and train better, right? So I needed to organize the business where people can follow it. And then one of the things that I understood how to do is explain to people why things happen in the business. For example, Jonita here is our manager, and she was not in the business before social media production. None of the guys were except for Satati. He worked for Dr. Mumbi channel in Kenya, so he had somewhat of an idea how this worked. But Jonita was trained in something totally different. So she came and started doing YouTube content. She didn't understand what it was quite naturally because social media content was something different for her. But as the person who organized the business, she would give out reports and sheets of expenditures every day after things happened. She was really good with that because she had a degree in that sort of accounting thing. But we wanted to explain to her why things happen in the business, how to read analytics, right? How to schedule people, how to use Google Calendar, how to organize content, why we organize content, why it's important for us to get ahead of the content, right? How to present on the news, how to teach other people how to present on the news, how to understand how the flow of the content goes from the intros to the outros. So every aspect of the business, I had to explain why it happens. To the guys that video edit, we explain why things happen on this clip, why does it happen on that clip, what pictures that we can use on YouTube, what pictures that we can't use on YouTube, right? What will get us demonetized or flagged and what won't. All of those things we explain why it happens, right? Because a lot of times, if a mistake is made, you'll be mad at the employee. But be mad at yourself. You need to clarify the expectations as to why things happen in the business. And Africans are just as smart as anybody else. If you explain to them why this happens, they'll understand, right? But you need to be able to train people so that they can grow in the partnership of the business. Let's say if you're partnering with somebody, there's a guy named DJ Nacello here. He's one of the better DJs in Uganda. We're partnering on a mixtape market here. And he's explaining why things happen in the entertainment market. I bring my part to the table, and then boom, we collaborate on why we think this should work, how this should work, right? So for your business partners or for you people that work with you or work for you, explain why things happen in the business so that the business can continue to run at all times of the day, right? So you want to be able to do that because back home you may not be able to do that. When you come to the continent, you want to be able to train, right? And then you want people to be able to train others when you're not there. That's how corporations do. All right, let's go to the next one. This next one is very important. Setting core values and expectations in the brand. Okay? Now, just because you're on the continent and you have now repatriated doesn't mean that you're not dealing with core values, okay? Just because you've left corporate America or anything. All the brands here in the continent, whether it's ShopRite, whether it's Woolworths, Mr. Price, all of these brands that are all over the African continent, what do? They have core values and high expectations. Any Mr. Price store you go to in Africa, they all look the same. If you go to one in Kampala, it looks the same as it does in Johannesburg. Same thing with KFC. You go to KFC in Johannesburg, it looks the same as KFC in Kenya, right? They have set the brand expectations that all our stores will operate at this certain level all the time. And even as a small business owner, you want to be able to do that. For example, all of our videos that are on this channel for Kinganda News, you guys may watch that. All of our editors can edit at the same level of quality for each episode. All right, the intros and outros are the same. The flow of the video is the same, okay? I have a really popular series on my OSHAY Duke Jackson channel called The Celebrity Junk. All of our guys, although they edit different, they all have their own style of doing it. It's all to the same level. The quality is the same level. You cannot watch any of my episodes and be like, oh wow, this one's edited very poorly. No, because they're all edited at the same level, right? And that's the thing that you need to do. Employees anywhere in the world or whoever work for you, they want their job to be easier, okay? Not that they don't want to work or anything like that, but they want their workflow, something they can follow, something they can come in and be comfortable in, be able to do the job and maximize the full potential of the job, right? And I'm gonna get into that in the next tip. Let's go to number 4. Number 4, are you willing to spend the resources to give yourself the advantage to do the job efficiently with your partners or people who work for you? When I started Kangon at the end of 2018 in December, we didn't have any computer equipment to edit our videos. In fact, for the first year, what would happen is someone would go out and shoot the video, Quasi or Kim the Comic or Jabril, and they would shoot the videos or the episodes, some of our street interviews. Then what Jonita would do or what Jabril would do, they would go to DHL, send me the drive, it would go to Poland where I was staying, and then I would have to upload all of that footage onto a hard drive, and then Google Drive, and then send it to Dima so we can edit those videos. That's how we started, right? And that was very expensive. We couldn't get episodes out on time, and it was not good. It wasn't a good experience, right? But what I knew that I had to do if I wanted to be serious about this, we needed to make certain decisions in the business to be more efficient, and so that our people can get better at editing, at presenting, and things like that. So things that we needed, the green screen, right? Seems very simple, but it was something that we needed for the business to grow. One of the things I also did was we recruited Satasi from Nairobi, Kenya to move to Uganda and commit to the project full time, right? And then what happened also, we put money into building the equipment to make us more efficient, to give us the advantage over anybody else in the market. So as you're seeing right now, here's the PC that we have right now that I brought from Poland, which was 4,000 euros. And this new builder we're doing right now will be ready tomorrow. This is a new editing PC you see, AMD 3700X, 64 gigabytes of 3200 megahertz RAM, 2070 Super NVIDIA card. It's a really, really good machine. That'll be ready tomorrow. That's our second PC here. Plus I have my Razer laptop that I bought in Best Buy. All left here, why? So that the editors could be able to practice on their skill set, get better every day, and put out an enormous amount of content. And I'm glad to say that between both my channels, if we need to do it, we can put out 13 episodes in one day. Not in 1 week. We can do it in one day. But that's spending the money to be able to upgrade the equipment, upgrade the sound, the camera, the lighting. All of that is necessary to do the business. A lot of times, I see a lot of African Americans are in business in Africa. You don't put any money on the equipment, so the business can't grow. And you're mad at your employees because you didn't give your employees or your business partners the opportunity to practice on their trade. So if you don't put the money up, but you're living in a great house, you have a nice car, but the business doesn't have what it needs to do to grow, that's your fault. The reason why a lot of the videos you see on Kangon are edited so well, we've put the money up so that the content can get better and the sound can be better. So make sure that you spend all of the money to bring every piece of equipment or get it here so that anybody you're working with, you can get the advantage in the market for whatever business you're running. Make sure that they have it so that their job can be more efficient and better every day. Bonus tip. I want you to look at yourself in the mirror and really understand one thing. Do you have all the skill sets that you need in your tool bag to be on the continent? I know you might want to go to Africa. You're ready to leave Africa and start a new life in Africa. I get it. But if you don't have all your tools in your tool bag, it's not going to be a great experience for you, right? A lot of people that complain and have to go back talking about, oh, they got scammed, that might be part of it. But the real part of it is you didn't have a lot of skill sets in your tool bag. Make sure you brush up on your skill sets, all right? You know how to do certain things. Maybe if your soft skills are bad, work on that in the States. If your managerial skills are bad, maybe get some consultations from some people, learn how to work with your management skills. If you know that you're gonna expand and you're not good at managing, maybe take a course in that. You wanna make sure that you learn how to do some of those things, especially managing and training, how to train, how to do that, because when you come here, you don't wanna be figuring it out, all right? want to learn how to train, how to develop systems that work for others to flourish, not just you, others. And if you can't do that, practice on that now. Get ready, read books, buy courses. All those things will help you get tiers. So once you come here, you have a lot of skill set and tools at your disposal to be able to go forth. Right now with Kinganda, we came so far from where we are right now. I'm just using myself as an example. And where we were in 2018 to where we are now, it's like night and day, right? And bringing all the things and pieces together, obviously it takes time, but give yourself rewards for how far you come in the business. Everybody can't see the progress. Everybody doesn't know the progress. But what you're seeing right now in our growth is actually been 20 months of hard work, right? Day in and day out. So those are some of the things I want to tell you about how to do. Obviously, when you become an entrepreneur, always remember you don't own the business owns you. There are days I get up at 1 o'clock in the morning. I don't go to bed till 9 p.m. at night. Or I get up at 1 in the morning. I don't go to bed till 2 in the morning. I'll be working a 25-hour shift. Maybe not straight. I take breaks. I go to the coffee shop. I revitalize the content strategy. I'll read analytics when I'm out. Every day is I breathe in the business. I take it. I go to sleep with the business on my mind. I get up with the business on my mind. All right. Everything is about the business. The business owns me. I don't own it. So you have to understand it. And when you come to the continent, it's going to be nice outside. The girls are going to be out there. Festivals, parties, and nightlife is great. But just remember, the business owns you. You don't own it. You'll never get everything done in a day for the business, all right? But every day you work harder to get better and better and better at it. Guys, it's your boy OSHAY Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode here of Dear African Americans. I really appreciate you. Go ahead and subscribe, hit the bell on the channel, and keep it real. Kinganda forever. We out.